What is up, guys? Clearwing Yugioh here, back with another deck profile video, or should I say my deck profile video, my custom-made deck for the Dimensional Dragons. I finally got all my cards back, so now I can make this video for you guys. So let's get started, and don't worry, I'll be showing the extra deck after I finish off this deck. So let's get started. First of all, Evil Sworn Mandragora. If your opponent controls more monsters than you, you may special summon it. This is a good card for me, especially if I want to exceed summon quickly. This is the card I like to use to get it out. Performer Pal, Life Swordsman. I added that just because this is one of Yugioh's cards, and I figured might as well put this in. Petty Plant, Mora Nephilis. I use this card for fusion summons, and its effect is pretty good. Plus, this is one of Yuri's main cards. I like it a lot. One of my favorite Petty Plants. A few other cards I've added. Marshmallow, the Troll card. This card gets attacked during battle. You flip it. Deals 1,000 damage to your opponent, and it cannot be destroyed by battle. That turn, at least. I want some old cards here. Gilgarth, you remember this from the last video. I still have him in there for those Exceed summons because I always seem to draw this first during the duel, which is pretty ironic. Here's a new Odd Eyes. Well, not really a new Odd Eyes, but Odd Eyes I wish Yugioh would use. Odd Eyes Phantom Dragon for coverage for the Odd Eyes monsters, which I have a lot of in this deck. Pendulum Switch, just in case I want to switch my pendulums out from the pendulum scale to the field, which is pretty good. Comment down below if y'all want me to use this more, though. I don't use it that much in the duel unless I have to. But anyway, Cosmic Cyclone. You pay 1,000 life points and target one spell or trap on the field. Banish it. A good card. Battle Fader, you special summon it when your opponent declares a direct attack. It was special summon that way, you banish it, but it's still a good way to save yourself. Mystical Space Typhoon, a very good card. You target one spell or trap on the field, destroy it. You got Scrap Ghost here. If this card is flipped, summoned, you can special summon up to 4 sheep tokens that are the same level and has the same stats as Scrap Ghost here, which is 0. But I mean, it's good for synchro summons. And sorry if I'm moving the camera a lot. Only reason I'm moving it so much is because I want to get a good angle on it, so you can see all my cards right there. Here's another good card, Call of the Haunted. I use that a lot, trust me. Call of the Haunted is one of my favorite traps. Performer Pile Life Phoenix, another thing from my Performer Piles. You tribute this, your target one Performer Pile gains 2,000 life points. I mean, not 2,000 life points, I'm stupid. 2,000 attack points. And when it's in the Pendulum Zone, if you're attacked directly, you can destroy your other monster in the Pendulum Zone and special summon it, which is pretty good. Another card I've added, I got from a pack, Goki Bear Hug. Goki Bear Hug, when it battles, you can have the monsters attack that it's battling with. So that's pretty good. And if it's destroyed, you can add 1 Goki monster from your deck to your hand, which is good. Now, reason I added this is to get cards back from the grave. Venu, Bright Bird of Divinity. Its effect, well, the second effect is the one I use the most, which is when this card is face up on the field, you can target 1 monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. I can't really use this first effect, so I won't bother reading it just yet. But in another video, I'll explain how I use this card. Next, we got Duelist Alliance. If there's a Pendulum card in the Pendulum Zone, add 1 Pendulum monster, Pendulum spell or trap from your deck to your hand. You can only use 1 Duelist Alliance per turn. If I had more of those, I would get them, but I only like to use 1. Another Petty Plant, Mora Nephilis, just for fusion summoning. Heretic Beast, Banner's Falcon. I use this mostly to get my high level monsters to become level 4 so I can use them for like exceed summoning. But that's only if it's totally necessary. One of the best dragon coverages in my effect and Yugi's deck is this little guy. Before my power dragon coin, your dragon types gain 500 attack, and they cannot be destroyed by card effects, which is good. We got Performed by Hip Hippo. This card, in my opinion, has an overpowered effect. So if you wanted to get Sleight Hand Magician or Performed by Sky Magician on the field, you can just summon this and special summon Performed by Sleight Hand Magician or Performed by Sky Magician from your hand without having to do all that extra with their effects. Moon Mirror Shield. This card allows your monster to gain half attack points of the monster battles, but when they equip the monster is destroyed, you can pay 500 life points and send this to the top or bottom of your deck, which is very good. Pendulum Reborn. If a pendulum monster is in your grave or face up in your extra deck, you can special summon it with this card, which is pretty handy, especially if you lose a good pendulum monster that you really needed. But I wish Yugioh would use this more, but I've never seen him use it in the anime. Perform Power Raincoat. This card really just negates effect damage, dropping it to 0 whenever you're taking like a huge amount of effect damage. But in my opinion, that's pretty good. But you can discard this card and take one Perform Power Artist monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect, so that's another handy effect. We got Golden Sarcophagus, which is a very old card, but super good in my opinion. Comment down below if this is a good card, because trust me, in my opinion, people should use this more often, especially in PvP. But basically, you banish one card from your deck, and on your second standby phase, you get that card that you banished back. In my opinion, that's good, especially since I've seen A-Time use that card. Dark Bribe. When a spell or trap is activated, your opponent draws one card and you negate the activation. Now this card, I just like. I like the design on it. So that's why I added it. Elemental Hero Sparkman, especially for the high attack power. So don't judge. I just like Elemental Hero Sparkman, one of my favorite Elemental Heroes. I will make a deck profile on Jaden Yuki's deck as soon as I get all my Elemental Heroes back. I still haven't got my Elemental Heroes back though. We've got Perform Power Yugioh Golem for them fusion summons. This is what I replace. I replace Polymerization for this. Because Yugioh Golem, when it's pendulum summoned, you could use this and another dragon monster you control in fusion summon. But I'll get why I replace this with Polymerization in a little bit. So I'll put that to the side. Then we got Sky Iris. This is a search out Perform Power, Oddites, or Magician monsters, basically. I wish you would use that more. Here's something Yusei used. Diverge Dragon. Basically, with this card is summon, you can special summon one. You special summon. You can target one monster with 500 or less attacking your GY. Special summon that target in attack position, but it has its effect negated. Cannot be used in a single summon except for a single monster of a dragon monster. The other single materials cannot be level 4, which is good because I have a lot of tuner monsters that has low attack power. So that's pretty good, like super good. We've got Burn of the Mighty, and don't forget emergency provisions from my last 2 decks. But these decks, these 2 cards I put in every deck because I love them. They're amazing. This lowers, Burn of the Mighty lowers the opponent's monster by its level 100 times. Basically times 100. In emergency provisions, you send spell traps from your deck to the graveyard and gain 1,000 life points. Firecracker is one of the most annoyingest but funniest troll cards I've ever had. Basically, you discard it, you deal 1,000 damage to your opponent. But you skip your next draw phase, but you can banish it from your graveyard, draw 2 cards, and then add 2 counters onto it. And when it has 3 counters, you can release all those counters and do 1,000 damage for each counter on it, which is awesome. Another Oddites form that I wish you would use, coverage for Oddites, Persona Dragon. Auto-Ice Persona's Dragon's effect basically protects your Auto-Ice protects it from spell or traps. Well, its pendulum effect at least. But its regular effect, you can special summon one Auto-Ice monster from your pendulum zone, but you have to replace it with another pendulum facing from your extra deck or from your deck. But it has to have 1500 attack or less. Another good card for synchro summons. Triceratops. This card can be special summoned when your opponent controls a monster that was summoned from the extra deck or tribute summoned. When it's summoned, its attack becomes half. But that's pretty good. If it was summoned this way, other cards' effects do not affect this monster, but only during your standby phase. Now here is a monster you've seen before. Supreme King Auto-Ice. I always have. I love the Dimensional Dragons. I always will. I wish a lot of YouTubers would focus their decks around these monsters. I feel like Arc V was a good series. It just didn't get that much love. Because the episodes, the story was amazing. I just feel like Arc V has a lot of stuff that was missing. Like the real power of the Supreme Kings and how Zark was able to use them. So since Yugioh bonded with Zark, I really thought Yugioh would be able to use these without going berserk or without them not listening to him, since he already can summon off Dimension Dragons and their forms when they fuse together or combine. So that's why I'm pretty sure, that's why I added this. I still have to get Zark. If anyone has Zark and would like to give it to me, or you want me to buy it, I would definitely consider it, because I really want Zark. I feel like Zark would be a great addition to this deck, especially with all my pendulums. Noble Dragon Magician, Untuner monster I use. You can only use this for a dragon type summon, which is good since I use Clearwing. Like no duds in the name, so it's pretty obvious I would have this in my deck, especially because of its effect. I can just resummon it by decreasing a high level monster's level by 3. Scrap Iron Scarecrow, enemy controller, best of my card. Especially this. This is amazing. Scrap Iron Scarecrow. When your opponent declares an attack, you can activate this card, negate the attack, and if you do, flip this face down. It's basically a reusable trap. If no one gets rid of this, you're set for victory. And this changes the battle position of one of your opponent's monster, or you can tribute what monster you control and take control of your opponent's monster. Sorry. What else we have here? Have Noble Dragon. Dang! I keep thinking this is Noble Dragon Magician every time I look at it. Magician of Faith. When it's flipped, target one spell in your GUI, and you can add it to your hand. Pretty handy for spell retrieving. Now this is what I use to get my Pretty Plants back. Pretty Plant. I don't know how to pronounce that. Cordyceps? Yeah, Cordyceps. You can banish this from your graveyard. Special summon 2 level 4 or lower Pretty Plants from your graveyard with their effects negated. And that's pretty good. Pretty handy. Now here's another good card I use. Empowerment. Gain dragons on the field gain 300 attack. And, well, I'm not going to read the other effect because I can't really use the other effect because I have to have monsters like Empowered Warrior. But I just use this to give my dragons a little bit of a boost. And I know you haven't seen any of Yugioh's cards in here, but I kind of mixed some in here. So let's see. Speedrod, Skull Marbles, he's definitely used this in the anime. I wish Yugioh could have had his time to shine against Yuri. I still don't understand why Yugioh lost that duel with Yuri, but what can you do? That was Faith. But this card, really much, if your opponent special summon a monster from your extra deck, you can special summon this card. Any battle damage that was supposed to be done to you is directed at your opponent instead. If you don't control the Speed Rod monster, you destroy this card. Supply Squad. Simple effect. If a monster is destroyed on your side of the field, draw 1 card. Pretty handy. Now this, my friends have been teasing me for how much I've used this. Yugioh Invader. You summon this in the main monster zone. If it's not summoned in the main monster zone, you destroy this card, but if it is summoned, you can move it to another main monster zone. And after it's moved 3 times or more, you can destroy every last monster on your opponent's side of the field that was on that same monster zone as it, which is pretty broken. but it comes at a price. If it's not summoned in the main monster zone, it's dead. Pendulum Invulnerability basically saves your pendulum monsters from card effects and destruction. Odd Eyes Mirage Dragon, more coverage for Odd Eyes. You've seen it in the deck video I made before. I think it was about 2 or 3 episodes ago where I showed that off. Breakaway, another card you've seen in my other deck printers, but this is another card you used, which is pretty good. You basically discard a spell, and in the battle phase, automatic. Speed Rod Dice, excuse me. Basically, you can banish this from your graveyard and negate an opponent's attack. This is a quick effect though, which is good. I love how this is a quickie. I like how Yugioh's deck is surrounded by quick effects and good monster effects, which is amazing. Yugioh is my favorite out of all the counterparts. I love his attitude. I love his deck. And I just love the story around him. I just wish he had more time to shine. Because Yugioh and Yugioh had their moments, and I respect that. I got 2 Bamboos for coverage. Basically, their effects, when they are summoned, you draw 1 card. If they're destroyed, you summon Bamboos from your hand, deck, or graveyard. But at the end phase, they're destroyed. Which is not bad, but not good either, because you waste it. Giant Soldier of Stone. Another card my dude Yugioh used to save himself with that high defense power, which is why I added it to the deck. 3 dice saga, you special summon. You can target 1 speed monster in your graveyard, special summon it with its effects negated. Also roll its 6-sided die, and its level becomes that result of the die. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Immediately after this resolve, synchro summon 1 wind synchro monster using monsters you control, including a Speed Rod Tuner monster, which is handy. And here we go with Robotic Knight, another card I've added. I love this card. I just like the design on it, and its attack power is good along with its defense. It reminds me of Elemental Hero Blaze Man, just without the 12,000 attack points. 1,200 attack points, I meant to say. Then we got Perform Power Skullcrab Joker. You really don't use this Pendulum effect because it's crappy, because you can only Pendulum summon Odd Eyes, Perform Power Magician monsters. But you can search out Odd Eyes, Perform Power Odd Eyes, Odd Eyes, Perform Power, or Magician monsters from your deck and add them to your hand. Only 1 though. I wish it searches out more, but short effect, good ways to use it. Spell Flame Strike, target 1 Odd Eyes monster in your deck, add it to your hand. Has to be level 7 or higher though. And if you control Odd Eyes monster, destroy 1 monster your opponent controls. Simple. But good, I wish you used that card too. Performer Pal, Odd Eyes Unicorn. I love this card. You've seen it in my last video, so you do know its effect. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what that effect is, so I'm not going to explain most of them. I just really want to get to the extra deck, to be honest. That's why I'm trying to do it as quick as possible. Twin Twisters. I added this. My boy Kaiba uses this card. But discard 1 card and target up to 2 spell or traps on the field. Destroy them. Then here we go. Effect Veiler. Yusei's card. This has a quick effect. During your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the GY. I hope this focuses. I'm sorry, guys. Then target 1 effect monster your opponent controls. That face-up monster your opponent controls has its effects negated until the end of the turn. And it's a tuner. Performer Val Sky Magician. Oh yeah, I do have it. It perfectly. I opened up a pack last time when I got it, and I'm like, yeah, I might as well add it to the deck for my boy Yugioh. Plus, it goes good with Perform Power Hip Hippo. Special summon this right off the back. Most of you know its effects. But it's basically a spell and trap killing monster. What attack equal to most of the protagonist's ace monsters like Utopia, Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, Dark Abandoned Siege Dragon, Clearwing Synchro Dragon, Dark Magician. What else? Oh, Elemental Hero Neos, of course. Now, my last few monsters. Goki Octo Stretch, Speed Rod, Malicious Magnet, Trance of Familiar, and Terraforming. Now, Goki Aether Stretch is basically for negating direct damage to you. You discard it, and any battle damage during that turn becomes 0. Malicious Magnet, when it's summoned, target one monster your opponent controls, and you could synchro summon using it and this card only. Chance Familiar is basically from my Yugioh Invader. I can move to another main monster zone, giving it an extra step. And Terraforming is to summon, well, not summon, but get a field spell. I like to say summon a field spell because it just feels right. But now, as you can see over there, my extra deck. And a lot of you have been wanting this, so I'm gonna keep my end of the bargain. Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, Dark Rebellion Exceeds Dragon, Clearwing Synchro Dragon, and Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Yes, all the altered arts of the Dimensional Dragons are the ones I have. Yuya, Yuto, me, Yugioh, and Yuri. All of them. Let's see what else I got. I got Performer Power Gatling Ghoul, Supreme King Dark Rebellion, Supreme King Clearwing, Supreme King Starving Venom, and Odd Eyes Meteor Burst. That's my extra deck, really. And I use Yugioh Golem to get Starving Venom out, Supreme King Starving Venom out, or Gatling Ghoul out. But take a good look, guys. I'm going to zoom out. Yeah, that's pretty nice. But thank you guys for being so supportive. I like to make a few shoutouts before I end the video. So let me just get my little friends back in order, and I'll make my shoutouts. So, I would like to thank Legendary Duels. I've been watching their channel for a while. I've been watching their duel videos, and it inspired me to make a channel. So I made this channel to try to be like them, because I really like their videos. I like their content. I like the videos they made. Especially the duel videos and the deck profiles inspired me to do it the same. Especially when they do Yuya's, Yuto's, Yugioh's, and Yuri's deck profiles. I feel like that gave me the courage to do it, because I'm pretty shy myself, especially because I know I didn't get that much love on YouTube. There's a lot of haters out there, but I try to ignore, and sometimes life can go tough, but I like to look on the bright side. So it made me think I could do it. So I made videos. I created my own YouTube channel to try to live up to their expectations, even though I haven't introduced myself yet. But they gave me courage. I replied to their message on YouTube when I looked at one of their videos, gave them some ideas for profiles. I hope they take that to heart. I really do respect them. You guys really should check out their channel, support them, because they are amazing on so many levels. And one day I hope I can meet them so I can duel, because trust me, if there's anyone that I want to duel, it's them. With this deck right here. But I'm not ready yet. I got a lot of training and grinding to do, and getting new cards for this. But once I'm ready, I'll challenge them and we can meet up, because I do live around their area. So, thank you guys for watching. Shout out to Legendary Duels. Thank you for inspiring me to make this channel. I hope we can meet one day and duel. Have a good old time. Maybe we can become friends. This is Clearwing Yugioh signing off. But I'd like to thank all you guys who supported my channel since the very beginning. And I'll be giving away some Yu-Gi-Oh cards up soon. I have a few cards up there I'll be giving away. Super rare cards, hollow cards, that I want to give away to some special few who want to start dueling. So, thank you once again. This is Clearwing Yugioh, your Synchro Master, signing off. I'll be making more videos around tomorrow or the next day. So stay tuned, support my channels, and thank you, Legendary Duels. You are inspiration to me and others.